We often talk about group cruises on the channel, and a lot of the questions we get asked about are what exactly are group cruises? Do we have to cruise with you? Is this just a group rate? What is it all about? So today we're going to dig into it. Have you ever wanted to go on a cruise maybe with your extended family, your church group, whatever you can think of, even us? The more the merrier. It doesn't just mean doing things with that group or private events. It means lots of perks and lots of savings for you. I'm John with Bite Size Cruises. Let's go talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're a travel agency. Our goal here is to give you great information about cruising so that you can plan to go on an amazing cruise vacation. Today, we're going to talk all about group cruises. So you hear it all the time. You hear it from popular creators. You hear it on some of our chats and live streams when we talk about our group cruises or booking group rates or anything like that. So today I want to get into what group cruising is all about, and you could see if maybe this is a great fit for you. So first up, let's talk about what a definition of a group cruise is. This is just blocking a group of cabins under one contract for a minimum number of cabins. So with most cruise lines, it's going to be around 8 cabins. Norwegian's a little less, some of them are a little more, but for the most part, 8 cabins. Some of them have 16 people, whatever. There's all different numbers here. But what you should know is it's the same as booking like a hotel block. Say you were going to a wedding, you book a hotel block, similar to that. The deal with cruising is it's slightly different because we're getting that group at a specific rate and we're locking in saying that we're going to use at least this many cabins, and by using that many cabins, it's going to build up perks, and the more cabins you have, the better the perks are and the better the discounts and different things are. So let's get into it. Here's what happens. Your group leader signs a contract. Generally, that's going to be your travel agent for the most part. If you're working with a travel agent, you're going to have to give a deposit for that group space. So you hold that group space until final payment. If final payment comes and you don't make those payments, you lose all that group space. This is where a lot of the people on final payment day, you'll see cabins open up that you didn't think were available before. This is sometimes why group space gets released or people cancel for lots of different reasons. So here's the difference between booking in a group and booking a standard, or what we call an individual reservation. When you book into a group, you have locked in upfront rates that have been negotiated. Generally speaking, you're getting, when people hold groups, if we book a group, it's generally as early as we can possibly book it. So if itinerary gets released, we'll block out some space and hold it. That way we have really low rates, because with cruising, everything just goes up over time for the most part. Sometimes things drop, but on individual reservations, your rate fluctuates. So today, if you don't book the cruise, it could be more tomorrow. This way in your group, doesn't matter. As long as we're holding that space and there's space available, we're locked into those rates. Let's talk about some of the typical group activities that happen. So sometimes you'll have private shore excursions. If you're doing a group with a specific group of people, like us, for instance, if you were coming on one of our group cruises, there's going to be some like private excursions. There's going to be some group dining and some cocktail receptions. So maybe some parties. Maybe you're going to get like an additional onboard credit. There's going to be onboard meetups, maybe some themed events. If you were doing maybe a family reunion, you could have a big party on one of the days. Or if you were doing a wedding, a quinceañera, any of those things are eligible for what we like to call affinity groups, which is just a group of people that are together for some purpose, and you're going to go on this great cruise. The biggest perks and savings are group rates and fares. Generally speaking, these are going to be 5 to 10% off base fares, plus you're going to get an onboard credit per cabin, in addition to whatever's going on normally with the cruise. You're going to get maybe sometimes reduced deposits, but for the most part, we're going to lay out as the travel agent the actual deposit for all the cabins to hold them. And then the deposits generally on groups may be slightly more, but those deposits on groups are generally refundable up until final payment, so you don't have to worry about that. So you are going to get dedicated support on the ship. You're going to have like an onboard concierge to help you, private check-in options possibly, depending on how many, and even up to charters where you could have signage around the ship and kind of rent out a big chunk, if not the entire ship. That would be amazing. let's not hold our breath on that one. Here's the pros and cons of booking in a group. The pros are you get these locked-in rates with onboard credits. You get maybe some reduced deposits, private events, dedicated host and concierge, and simplified planning. The cons are you need more cabins than you would generally do if you were just booking a group with maybe a few of your friends. So maybe that's going to put a little pressure on you if you're thinking, hey, I'd really like to run this group. Maybe you have a bridge group that you play bridge with, or mahjong, or whatever you can think of. Pickleball, yoga, everybody that likes a specific band, something like that. Those are all kind of things that you could build a group cruise around. You could talk to your travel agent about helping you with that group cruise. But you are going to have to guarantee, hey, we're going to get at least 10 cabins or 8 cabins or whatever it may be. You have less flexibility on cancellations because you're locked into a certain amount of cabins. So you're putting those deposits down. You will get your money back for those deposits if you don't use them. But if you don't reach the minimum viable amount of cabins, you will not get all those perks. Still go on the cruise, still get the same rate, still have an amazing time. It is what it is. You will have maybe some contract penalties if you fall below the minimum. Generally speaking, that's not really a thing. You generally will just lose your perks. So it is what it is. But so here's the other thing. Here's who it benefits most. Families and reunions. If you're doing some type of family event or reunion, you can get really great deals. You're going to get some discounts for elderly as well, and kids. A lot of times you're going to get kid sale free rates. Any kind of clubs and associations, these are really great. Corporate retreats, milestone celebrations, weddings, birthdays, all of those type of things. The other thing you should really look into when you're thinking about building these groups, and we're happy to help you with this, is if it's some type of charity-based event. A lot of the different cruise lines, and some of them, like Royal Caribbean for instance, will actually donate to your charity if you get a certain amount of group cabins and you're building up a group. They're going to give you an additional onboard credit, or they're going to donate to your charity of choice, which is really, really great. So here's some tips if you're thinking about going on a group cruise. 1, lock in and book as early as humanly possible. So if you're thinking about it, my recommendation would be to talk to a travel agent. They're going to guide you down the right path of when to pick a trip, when to pick the date and the sailing so that you maximize the benefit of getting that early booking and the lowest rate humanly possible. Negotiate some incentives. You can always ask for more things. They may say, no, it's fine. Ask about it. Ask about specialty dining credits. Ask about maybe drink package credits. Communicate clearly on how many cabins you think you are going to need. There's nothing worse than when you're talking to a group of people and they're like, we're definitely going to have 50 cabins, and then you wind up having 8, right, or 10. So be honest and transparent always, and then plan optional add-ons that you would like to add in there. It's nice you could put together packages because you're going to save some money on the cruise. It does give you a little bit of flexibility to build in some other things into the cost, like additional tours or perks and things like that. So what I would say is to kind of think at least 18 months out if you're thinking about a group, 12 to 18 months to get your cabin block. Talk to your travel agent, see what kind of things you could get in there, like the Wi-Fi or drink package, and then they will do a lot of the legwork for you. We will set up a group portal for you where you can make your payments, where you could see all the things that are going on. Everybody can kind of chime in and communicate there. It's really fun. I highly recommend it. And a lot of your creators and different people like us or anyone else has group cruises that they already build. So they're holding that space. You can jump in there on a great rate. You don't have to do everything with the group. One of the things that I really recommend, and I'm very introverted for the most part, but what you will see is sometimes people will jump in there on a group on a great rate, and they will do maybe 2 or 3 things with the group. You're not locked into going to every event. You don't have to go to every cocktail party, all the excursions, all the different theme parties, everything that's going on. You could do as much or as little as you want with the group, and you still get that great rate and all of those extra perks. If you have any questions at all about group cruising, please email me at jp@bitesizecruise.com. This is just a little kind of entryway into what group cruising is all about, but I'm happy to sit down and talk to you more about it. If you are thinking about putting together a group, we would love to help you with your next group cruise. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Happy cruising. Bye.